everyone, welcome back to Yarn Purpose. Today, pull up a chair and craft with me. Hey everyone, welcome back to Yarn Purpose. I'm Jen Lucas and this is my weekly knitting podcast here on YouTube. Thanks for joining me. This week I'm doing definitely something different and I am going to craft. And I'm going to record it while I'm crafting. Anything can happen. So if you watched my video last week, you saw that I placed an order with Katrinkles and ordered a bunch of different things and ordered these sheep ornaments. And so I just thought I'd give it a try and try to make one for you, and you guys can see how I go about doing it. And maybe if you watch it and I totally mess it up, then you'll know what to not do. And if it turns out good, then hey, you'll know what to do, right? So anyway, let's go ahead and get started. So I have obviously my ornament here from Katrinkles. I have a yarn needle here and some scissors. I have the yarn. This is leftover yarn that I just had from another project. It is Tundra from the Fiber Company. It is an alpaca wool silk blend. It actually is leftover from my hat design, Vinifera, that is in my book, Cozy Stash Busting Knits. And then, at the recommendation of my friend Angela, I also have some craft felt here and some glue. I bought this tacky glue, but any glue should work. And then I also have a permanent marker because I think my plan is to try to sort of trace out the ornament before I cut the felt. TBD. Anyway, so let's go ahead and get started. I will start by opening up my ornament. So I figured I would do this one on camera because since it is a bigger ornament in terms of the holes are bigger, it's like a quick little project. So I thought this would be a good one to do. Oh, it's just had a little sticky on there. Okay, so I think before I start, the first thing I'm actually going to do is just trace this. And I'm going to trace it in the corner here, so when I inevitably mess this up, I can make many more again. So this felt I obviously just bought at the craft store. I bought not the cheapest felt, but I bought the second cheapest felt. I think it was 75 cents for one sheet versus 30 cents a sheet. But this one just seemed a little thicker. The other stuff was really flimsy, but definitely whatever kind of felt you have, I'm sure will just work fine. Okay, so I have traced that. So now I am going to get a length of yarn. I don't really know how much yarn I need, so we'll start with this, I guess. See what happens. And we will put it on the needle. Okay. So I don't know if I want to do this doubly thick. Let's experiment. I didn't even check to see if this would go through the hole. Oh, it will. So maybe I do want to do 2 strands at once through the hole. Plus it will be easier to tie off. Let's see here. As I said, this is just, you're getting real time Jen crafting. Okay, so let's do it this way. So I guess I'm just gonna start here. Why not? And then, oops. And then I'm gonna go ahead and bring it down into a random hole. And then because I did the double thick yarn, I can just, to secure it, just run my yarn like that through there. And okay, so I guess I'm just doing this randomly. So this is kind of fun. Kind of reminds me of that thing that you had as a kid that you laced up or something. Look at the shoelace thing. Anybody? Child of the 80s here? Okay, and then I think it looks like, probably because of the thickness of my yarn, I may want to go through some of these holes more than once if I can fit my needle through. This is the world's fastest thing to make. This is awesome. Okay, let's see. I feel like I need to do some more up and downs. Yeah, definitely the second pass through, it's definitely, I mean, obviously this yarn's thick, so you gotta kind of wiggle it a little bit. Maybe for the future, I'll try to use like a slightly thinner needle. Would probably help. Because this yarn definitely could have gone through a smaller needle. I think that's going to be about it. Maybe one more. And there we have it, a little green sheep. Obviously this would look really great if you had like gray yarn or yarn that looked like actual sheep colors, but the green's cute too, very festive. I think I might just try to like loosen this up a little, just so like it's a little more puffy. Like that. Is that cute? I think that's cute. Okay. So, to secure this, I think I'm just going to kind of do the same thing. I'm just going to just wrap it around in here a couple times. Seems good to me. Yep. Okay. Simple. And then I'm just going to go ahead and cut this yarn here. Get that off to the side. And there we have it. And I love that this yarn, you can kind of see because it has the alpaca in it, it's kind of like fuzzier than like a traditional maybe like wool yarn. You know, it's kind of got that like little bit of fuzz to it. So I think that's super cute for these ornaments. Okay. Next thing I want to do is glue some felt onto the back for this particular one where it's the bulky yarn. I mean, the back doesn't look like really messy, but I think that if you are doing some of the other Katrinkles ornaments where you're using the embroidery floss to do the mitten, which I showed last week, she also has sweaters. I think in that case, the felt will be very useful to hide the back, especially if you're like me and when you do any kind of embroidery or cross stitch, your back does look like a total mess. But I just figured for the purpose of this video, I just try to glue it on for you guys so we can see if it'll work or not. So anyway, now that I've traced this, I'm going to go ahead and cut it. Fact about me, I am like the world's worst cutter. I cut like a 3-year-old. It is a fact. And I had a job in high school and I was cutting labels. I worked in a restaurant. I was cutting labels for the freezer for my boss. And I like, you know, got done. I was like, oh, look, it's all labeled. It's all nice. And he's like, literally, he was like, are you 3 years old? And my cutting has not improved since then. So that's okay. We can't all be good at everything, right? Okay, there we go. All right. As you can see, terrible at cutting. Okay, so anyway, I also think, so we have the hole here that we have to take into consideration. I also think we're going to need to cut this maybe a hair smaller because we don't really want it sticking out. Oh, good. You get to watch me cut again. Now watch, I probably have cut too much, but what are you going to do? Okay, seriously, I think my 5-year-old needs cuts better than that. Okay, so actually, I cut it significantly smaller, but I think once I glue it down, it should still leave the hole open for the little cord to go in this hole. So, okay, so I've just got this glue. Oh my gosh. I don't even know the last time I even like used glue. Anything could happen right now. Okay, I'm like probably doing this like anybody that's like got kids or is a teacher. They're probably like thinking I'm using way too much glue right now, but that's okay. I'm gonna, you know what? I'm gonna put some on the yarn too, because why not? We want it to stay down, right? Okay, so now let's just, oh my God, hope it dries clear. Okay. Okay. I feel like I'm going to have to press on this for a while, so if that's the case, I will speed up / pause this video and come back when I pressed down on this firmly for, I don't know, about maybe 90 seconds or so, and it is sticking. So I just pressed firmly kind of along the edges and it did stick, but you can see my hands were then covered in glue. So now there's kind of some glue on the felt, making it truly look like a 5-year-old made it, but that's okay. And then finally, I'll put this one on my tree and we'll give this one away. Finally, we just need to add this little tie here. Okay, I'm just going to tie it like this. I can always tie it differently later. Also, I guess you're learning I'm not very good at tying either. Okay. The things you're finding out in this craft with me. Okay, now I have a mess. All right, there we go. All right. So there we have it. There is my sheep ornament from Katrinkles. So if you liked this video and you'd like to see more crafty videos, please give this one a thumbs up. And if you want to see more knitting videos in general and knitting related videos, be sure to hit that subscribe button. And then I guess also if you have ever made any of these kinds of ornaments or you have any tips for me about using tacky glue, let me know. I'm not much of a crafter. I'm more just a knitter and crocheter. I don't do a lot of these types of crafts, but this was super fun and I hope you liked it. Anyway, I'll see you in my next video. Thanks guys. Bye.